What's up everyone, it's Victon here with another Path of Exile tips and tricks video, and today we're going to be going over a sneaky way of getting 4 off colors on items very easily and cheaply. I always get tons of comments on my videos asking how I can get, for example, 4 green sockets on an armor energy shield item. Well, it's honestly pretty easy, and I think a lot of people just don't know about this trick, so I wanted to go ahead and get out a guide for you guys so you can just reference this if you ever need it. In this video, basically what we're going to be going over is exactly how to get these tricky off colors on items, as well as a few extra tips on some tools that you can use to find out the best way of getting any colors on sockets so you can spend the least amount of currency when getting your gear ready to use. Before we get started, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel for more content just like this. I also have a Patreon and Twitch channel linked in the description below if you're interested in checking those out as well. Alright, so let's jump right into it. Alright, so first and foremost, before we jump into the game itself, I think it's important to show this really useful tool off first. We won't spend too much time on it, but there are still quite a few people out there that have never seen this, and it's going to be super useful for them. So there's a website, as you can see here, called Vorici Chromatic Calculator. I'll have a link to it in the description of this video. Basically, you use this site to figure out the cheapest way of getting the colors you want on your gear. I'll do a quick example and also show why it's so important to know this easy 4 off color trick, because sometimes it can cost like a gazillion chromatic orbs to get the colors you want. For example, let's use this pair of gloves that we're actually going to be using the sneaky chrome trick on in game in just a second. If we wanted to get 4 green sockets on a 4-link pair of armor energy shield gloves, this is how I would figure it out and how much it would cost. I'd go up and put up 4 sockets, and then I put in the stat requirements, which are different for every item you have, so make sure you check your item specifically. For the gloves we're going to be using, they're going to require 26 strength and 26 intelligence, so I put that in right here. And for my desired colors, like I said, I need 4 green sockets on these gloves, so I'm going to put 4 here and then hit calculate. And look at that, 1200 chromatic orbs to get 4 green sockets. There is no way you should ever spend that many chromatic orbs on anything. With that being said, let's go over what we need in order to get this set up. Alright, so we're going to be doing this in your crafting bench inside your hideout. You're going to need to unlock a couple special crafts first, but no worries, they're actually super easy to get. First, we're going to go over and head to this super useful Reddit post that I'm going to link in the video description. The first crafting recipe that you're going to need to get is the 2 socket colors and 2 to 3 socket craft. For this, you're very simply going to want to go to the very first tier 1 azurite node you can in the Delve mines. Finish the Delve node and then click on the crafting recipe and you unlocked it. After that, you're going to need to get the 4 socket recipe. For this, you're going to want to go to your very first tier 2 azurite node you can find, and those start at about depth 30, so pretty easy and quick to get both of these. It won't take you any time at all to unlock them. Alright, so now you've gotten your recipes unlocked, let's head in game and go to our crafting bench. Alright, so here we are at our crafting bench. We're going to throw these gloves in here, which would normally take up to 1200 chromatic orbs to get 4 green sockets, but we don't want to do that. Instead, we want to use jeweler orbs and significantly less of them. So first thing we're going to do is make sure they have exactly 2 sockets. Go up to the search bar here and type in sockets. Right here, you're going to see the new recipes you just unlocked. Click on 2 sockets and craft. Now we want to search for the word green, or whatever color that you want for your item. Then we're going to find at least 2 green sockets and craft that for 25 chromatics. That's the only required chromatics that we're going to be using. Once you have 2 green sockets, go back to the search bar and type sockets again. Now from here, you're going to be going and clicking on the 3 socket and craft that. If you don't get the color that you want, that's okay. Just go back up to the 2 socket recipe and craft that again, and it'll go back to the 2 green sockets you had in the beginning, or whatever colors that you're needing on your item. Now you very simply want to repeat that process until you get the 3 sockets and the colors that you want on all of those sockets. The 2 and the 3 socket craft is actually pretty cheap. It's only going to cost you 4 jeweler orbs every time you try, so it's typically quite cheap to get that one. Once you finally get that 3rd color you want, you're going to start doing the same method, but you're going to first use the 4 sockets. And if you don't hit that color, you're going to go back and do the 3 socket. Rinse and repeat using the 4 to 3 to 4 to 3 sockets. And then once you finally have all 4 colors that you want, you are done. Getting that 4th color on the one that you want can be a bit annoying sometimes and cost upwards of 100 to 200 jeweler orbs, but that is still significantly cheaper than trying to hit it with chromatic orbs. And sometimes you actually get lucky and you hit it pretty soon and it ends up being very cheap. And that's really it for this basic strategy for getting 4 off colors. Do note though that it's going to work on 5 sockets, but you really don't want to do that since it's going to start costing a ton of jewelers. This method really just works best on 3 and 4 socket items. Now, there is one other thing that I wanted to mention before I go. So if you ever have a corrupted item but it doesn't have the right links, sockets, or colors, fear not, you can actually still get everything that you want on that item. It's the same process for what we just did here. Put that item in the crafting bench, search sockets, and we can adjust those sockets. But just take note that you're also going to need val orbs equal to the amount of jeweler, chromatic, or fusing orbs that you're going to want to use. So in this case, I want 4 sockets, so it's going to take 10 jewelers and 10 val orbs. Just hit craft and you are good to go. Nothing too crazy in that last tip, but I know some people didn't know that this was possible, so I figured why not, let's go ahead and include that on this video. Yeah, that's it guys. That is a super nice sneaky way of getting those off colors on your items. Like you can see here, I actually use this for this armor helmet to get 3 blue sockets super easily. When it would have normally taken hundreds of chromatic orbs, it probably only cost me about 20 or so jeweler orbs, so not bad at all. I hope you guys learned something new with this guide and it helps y'all out along your journey in Path of Exile. If you enjoyed this guide, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more guides just like this. Thanks everyone, and I will catch y'all in the next one.